The incident with where he came around the corner and ran the truck at us again, it broke my neck fusion. Dr. Minister came back out of country this weekend, and I'm already having surgery to redo everything tomorrow morning. That means I can't have Mr. Eden running his truck at us anymore.
Shannon sits at home and harasses people and sues people. That's what she does. She goes on her porch and she does this weird, like, people think she's putting a hex on me or something.
He's continually harassing my children now, regardless of my wife. He's harassing my children now on a regular basis. My son's going to have to catch the bus there right in front of Mr. Eden's residence for this piece of. I'm an attorney. I'm an attorney, Your Honor. I'm an attorney. Bar number 31644. For him to sit there with his dishonest comments, he didn't even refute the comments that are in the petition. He doesn't even rebut them.
The law is not designed to penalize people who are overbearing, rude, and obnoxious.
I'm an attorney. I'm an attorney, Your Honor. I'm an attorney. Bar number 31644.
Now I've got you both. Okay, can I have you both raise your right hand, please? And do each of you swear that the testimony that you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Then, Ms. Pardee, in this case, you're the petitioner, and so you get to go ahead and present your side of it first.
Thank you, Your Honor. I know you've read what's already there. Since then, there's been more incidents and I haven't had a chance to submit. The incident with where he came around the corner and ran the truck at us again, it broke my neck fusion. Dr. Minister came back out of country this weekend, and I'm already having surgery to redo everything tomorrow morning. That means I can't have Mr. Eden running his truck at us anymore. Or I came outside so you could see, as you read in there, him yelling about mental illness at me. He's now put up a sign on that fence behind me, and there are 10 cameras on that sign. And if you look this way, that's his illegal driveway. His other driveway is back down that way. I can't leave my home without passing because that's filled. There's no line of sight. The safest way to go is to the right. I stay to the right. Just this last Saturday, while trying to take my son to work in the morning, Mr. Eden came running out of his yard again, screaming at me in the road. I don't understand why he doesn't just stay away, but it's on the Saturday before when we were cleaning the yard, he was out there. He flips my 14 and 11-year-old off. They're little kids. This spot right behind me with that big sign that says mental health matters and a light on it all night long and a spotlight and 10 cameras, mind you, also looks at where they play basketball. They're the only, I had to put this screen up because we were tired of his camera in my windows. So I don't get, Jonathan is going to be, he's catching the bus this year with all my surgeries now and now having to have all this redone. He's going to go to high school. This is where he has to catch high school. Would you want to catch high school with a grown man constantly giving you the finger or with this sign?
My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet.
And everything else for a person who doesn't want to, supposedly is afraid of me and whatnot. He sure does a lot of things that are antagonistic and to get my attention. I don't get why he doesn't just leave me alone or leave my children alone. That's all. Right. I mean, you've read that. And if needed, I can ask you for a continuance if you would like me to put that other stuff into an order.
No, God, please, no, no. No!
I think that I've given him enough to already say, hey, enough is enough. Please ask him to stop.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have any questions for you at the moment. I may ask you some questions after I hear from Mr. Eden. I'm just not sure. But if there isn't anything else to add there, I'll just let Mr. Eden tell me his side of it.
Okay. You know, I just got served. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just got served Saturday. So, I mean, this is out of the blue. Had no idea any of this was coming. I'm not sure how I should move forward. I mean, I would like to get this over. We have already spent 7 months in the court system with Judge Wilcox that followed this to the end. She was so involved, she said. In the beginning, she put anti-harassment protection orders on both of us, temporary. She went through, it was so drawn out and it was so costly to me. You know, I work every day. Shannon sits at home and harasses people and sues people. That's what she does. She's setting me up again. And this is just who she is. And everyone knows it. She lies. I have cameras. The reason I have so many cameras is to protect myself. She is well known with Thurston County. She's suing Thurston County. She's threatening to sue the sheriff's department. She says that I have all the TCOM calls, all the reports, everything, because she's helped me learn how to work the system to benefit myself now. This goes on and on. I mean, basically, Judge Wilcox knows this in and out. CPS is highly involved in this. The neighbors around us are working hard to help the kids get help because the mother has mental issues. She's been in and out of psych wards. She's just recently we had to call the police because the kids were outside at 6 a.m. and I was like, why are they outside? One was wrapped in a sleeping bag. And I haven't talked to the kids for some time since Shannon started coming after me. And I looked down there. I said, hey, are you guys, because the mom was yelling and yelling, and all the neighbors, if we need to subpoena the neighbors, because I have the text messages from them, maybe we need to do that. They're like, do you hear what's going on? I'm like, oh yeah, how do you not hear it? I mean, it's Shannon yodeling again, yelling. So I asked the kids, I said, hey, you guys okay over there? And of course, you know, they're not going to talk to me because the mother has made them believe that I'm the monster next door, which I'm spent a ton of money trying to protect these kids. And I said, hey, there's help coming. We've notified the police department. So the police came out. Her husband always shows up anytime there's an incident. She doesn't allow her husband to live there. She locks him out of the gate. And he sleeps in his car a lot of the times out in the road. And the police have been there and they've questioned him. And he said, she doesn't allow me to sleep in the house. And I mean, this just goes on and on. I mean, this woman has a problem with everyone, her children. Anyways, I don't want to get off the story. So I called the police. The other neighbors called the police. This is in the last couple of weeks. A few of the neighbors have called the police department on her. There's a lot going on over there. And we're just trying to protect ourselves. I got a business. She's told the court systems that I've tried to run them over and crush them. Anytime they have ever seen me on the road, supposedly I'm slurving my commercial truck at them and trying to kill them. Now she's saying that because of my truck, she injured her neck. So what this is going to happen, this is going to lead to a lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, when it came down to Judge Wilcox taking this all over, she came down to the end of it. And basically we're at the same spot we are last 7 months. She calls it malice. You know, there's not a lot we can do. We live next door to each other. I want nothing to do with her at all. I've never wanted anything to do with her. I just want to live my life. She continues recording me every morning. I fire my work truck up to go to work. People call me. They go, oh boy, she's recording you. She's recording you. I'm like, hey, I'll give her something to record. I played her. She goes on her porch and she does this weird, like people think she's putting a hex on me or something. And the police officers have all seen the video and they can't understand why they didn't grant me the anti-harassment order against her because it is so insane and they're just shocked. But I never got a chance to submit those videos because I don't need to ruin someone's life. She has enough problems as it is. I'm here to protect those children and so are the neighbors. And we're all in on this together. My problem was when I called CPS, I didn't remain anonymous and everyone else did. So she assumes that I'm the only one that's been calling on her. So, I mean, like I said, Judge, we could tie these courts up all day. And what's going to happen is I'm going to try to request, whatever happens today, I'm going to try to request an anti-harassment order against her. I'm going to have to do declaration after declaration because she's going to send one, then I'm going to send one back, then she's going to send another one. It's just going to go, 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 go. And then we're right back to where we were. And it's a way, I mean, I spent a lot of money on a lawyer trying to protect me last time for nothing. And it's really to protect her kids, Your Honor, on my life.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Eden. Okay.
Your Honor, could I call a witness, please?
But I'm sorry, what did you say?
Could I call a witness, please?
I got witnesses.
Who are you
too.
wanting? Hold on. Who are you wanting to call?
William Pardee, my husband.
Now, I told you at the beginning that I'd hear your side and then I'd hear his side and make a decision. And so I thought we understood what the procedure was here.
Oh,
Bill, please don't. He said no. It's just,
All right, what, tell me, just give me a preview of what this testimony would be.
it would bring context as to the harassment, Your Honor. Mr. Eden's making this statement that there's CPS involved and whatnot, and that's not true. There's nothing with CPS. There's no reason, he has no children or child rearing experience. There's no reason for him to look out for my children. And so Bill can testify to that.
Well, any CPS involvement in anything is completely collateral to what's being decided here. It's
Yes, Your
not
Honor.
relevant.
It goes he can also be witnesses to the continued harassment of our children. At the end of the day, this is the kids. See the sign? Mr. Eden is saying he's afraid of me and I'm harassing him. I do not have any signs up. I've put dark covered things over my windows. He put 10 cameras on one fence and a sign about mental illness. And that's what he screamed at me the other day in the truck.
Okay,
I don't
I
even
heard
record
that.
him when I keep
I
tabs
heard
on the
that
noise.
part. Is there anything else that Mr. Pardee is going to offer besides what you've just
You would
told
have
me?
to ask him, Your Honor. He does, I'm sure. As I said, I have my ortho can tell you the neck fusion is broken and they know the date that it happened and what happened. And I have surgery tomorrow. So yeah, Bill has another side as far as the children go. I believe he wants to talk for the children.
All right, Mr. Pardee, I didn't swear you in before, so I'm going to swear you in now. Raise your right hand, please.
Last time.
And do you swear the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, in the petition, you can see I helped Miss Pardee draft it. Wasn't the best petition in the world, but I put down what I thought was relevant. Obviously, Judge Kayla Wilcox removed me as counsel for my wife. That's fine in the previous proceedings. Previous proceedings are the previous proceedings. And she kind of left it at the parties should get along. We were going to go along on that path. Now, there might be civil lawsuits in the future regarding land use matters. That's fine. But when I was on July 25th, I'm with my son, Matthew, in Hagen's grocery store. Somebody yells out, Bill. I turn around. I'm in a checkout line, checking out an Xbox gift certificate card for my son, my 11-year-old son. He turns around, I turn around, and Mr. Eden's holding up his middle finger with his hat on. And he has a cart full of alcohol. His girlfriend's hiding behind him, and he yells out with his middle finger up. And then on August 3rd, I dropped my kids off. We're trying to live our life. I dropped my kids off. I'm going to the Valley Athletic Club with them. I drop them off. I hear from above on the yard where he sits there in his boat and harasses my children. For him to say that he has concerns about my children and he has their well-being at issue, he is continually harassing my children now, regardless of my wife. He's harassing my children now on a regular basis. My son's going to have to catch the bus there right in front of Mr. Eden's residence. For this piece of basically that's sitting in front of you to say that he has concerns about my kid is unbelievable. I'm an attorney. I'm an attorney, Your Honor. I'm an attorney. Bar number 31644. For him to sit there with his dishonest comments, he didn't even refute the comments that are in the petition. He doesn't even rebut them. He makes up stuff about allegations that I'm sleeping in my car. What does that have to do with the allegations that are in the petition? Nothing. The burden today is preponderance of the evidence. And I think we've more than clearly shown preponderance of the evidence. There's 6 instances in the petition that he hasn't even rebutted. For him to sit here and say he has my kids' best interest in mind, I guess his idea of best interest of the children is to basically flip them off and tell them fuck you on a regular basis. If that's where we're at in the law, then so be it. I'm done with my testimony. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Well, you can tell what I'm dealing with.
All right. A lot of what the parties are offering here is it's just not part of my consideration about the central issue, which is the basis for issuing an unlawful harassment order. Now, I am familiar with the background between the parties because of the prior filings that have been in this court. I know primarily those were heard by Judge Wilcox, but they're also still, on file with the court, and I have some familiarity with the background that both parties have referred to. And obviously, I didn't hear these cases previously. Judge Wilcox did, but the information is still on file with the court, and I've reviewed a fair amount of it. Okay, I don't know
Any chance I
exactly.
can say something else?
Well, I think I've heard from you, Mr. Eden.
I got a witness here too, sitting right next to me, and Bill's completely lying about a cart full of beer. I mean, we have the
Look,
receipt and everything.
like I said, a lot of what I heard here is not really relevant to the decision that I need to make.
Okay.
An anti-harassment order proceeding is not a proceeding where the court passes judgment on the lifestyle of parties, right? Whether people drink beer or, these things are not what's important. The law is not designed for that. The law is as it relates to unlawful harassment, covers a willful course of conduct by one party toward another, which is detrimental to that party, which seriously impacts their emotional well-being, and that is reasonable. In other words, that a reasonable person would suffer that harm to their well-being and serves no legitimate purpose. And on top of that are other considerations. The law is not designed to penalize people who are overbearing, rude, and obnoxious. All right. So people who use bad language or make questionable remarks about other people's lifestyle, that just isn't the kind of thing that this is designed to address. And I think both of you know, I hope Judge Wilcox told you, I'm sure she did, that whatever underlying conflict you have about how property is used, or how Mr. Eden drives his truck or parks his truck, or how fast he drives on the driveway or easement, none of that can be resolved by this court. And if that's at the heart of your dispute, you're going to have to address that dispute to another court that has jurisdiction to hear it. And I'm going to suggest to you that until you do, you probably will not have peace in your lives. If this is a bone of contention about how Mr. Eden drives on that property, you're going to have to get the use of any easement or common drive or area resolved by a court that has jurisdiction over that. This court can't do that. Now, looking at the evidence that's been presented here today, a lot of this is, I think, speculative at best. I have a difficult time really believing, or at least I'm sure that you believe it, Ms. Pardee, but I'm not willing to accept at face value this allegation that you're going to have surgery because of something Mr. Eden did.
Your Honor, it's scheduled for tomorrow morning, and yes, it is. And it's
Okay,
unfair.
I heard that.
Ms.
Pardee,
and all I'm asking for is protection for the
mute
children.
her microphone, please.
Yelling at them.
Okay, I explained how the proceedings work, and when I'm announcing and explaining my decision is not the time to start interrupting and arguing. That's inappropriate courtroom behavior. I don't find by a preponderance of the evidence that harassment has occurred. I am not going to make any findings about Mr. Eden's language or lifestyle or anything about his motivations with regard to you. I can tell that the parties don't like each other. It's completely obvious that you don't like each other and that you have a conflict that's personal in nature. But that isn't going to be resolved or addressed by the court. Actions and behavior that constitute harassment will be. And I do not find from the record that's been presented in this case that there is unlawful harassment occurring. Now, that is the ruling for today, because that is the evidence before the court today. And that will conclude the matter for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome.